So surprisingly, one thing we haven't done yet is rank all of the live action Star Wars movies.
Pretty crazy, honestly.
Now, here we go, Star Wars. So, yeah, let's hear it in the comments. Jesus.
Oh, fuck me. Here we go. All right, so for all the movies, we're including Rogue One and Solo, you know, like the other movies on top of the, the 9
episodes.
So, at number 11, I have Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Do I even have to explain it?
No.
Fuck that movie. So bad. In the writing, somehow Palpatine returns. What?
Wait, was that the same one where he's like, they fly again?
They fly now. Like, bro. Oh, God.
And then what was it in the interview? He's like, they've been flying since the Clone Wars.
Bro, I swear, honestly, the actors themselves could have written this movie better. Oh, my God. I'm not even going to get it.
Wasn't the original, like, leaked and then they had to rewrite it or something?
I don't even know, man. Regardless.
There's like another script out there for Rise of Skywalker.
Regardless, Disney, do better. At number 10, I have Attack of the Clones. Okay. Attack of the Clones... That movie's fucking terrible.
You think so?
It's so bad. Like, I mean, this is where we get some of the most cringe moments.
It's very cringe.
From Anakin. So bad.
Yeah, George Lucas ain't the best writer for dialogue.
No, he is not. Especially like romance dialogue, bro.
Yeah.
I don't like sand. It's rough and coarse. It gets
everywhere.
It gets everywhere. We got that out of this movie. We got... And not just the men, but the women and the children. Just some of the most cringe dialogue. Like, I'd say like the only cool thing that we got to see was like the whole battle, you know,
like the whole the whole thing with the clones and how they were.
Yeah, like basically the Clone Wars starting.
Yes,
like that was probably the coolest thing about this movie. But other than that, it just fell in so many other places. Like, it's just so bad. At number 9, I have The Last Jedi.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. That might be a hot take for some people.
Because some people definitely agree, but then some people would not.
Yeah. And honestly, you know, some people say like some of the redeeming qualities in this movie was like some of the fight scenes. And I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I know everybody doesn't like when you slow down and break things apart like this.
Right.
But I mean, once you see it, you can't unsee it.
What, the throne room fight scene?
The throne room fight scene, bro. Like, yes, it's very visually pleasing to watch on screen, but if you slow down and you see what these people are doing, bro, it's so bad.
Interesting.
Bro, the red troopers are literally like aiming at where the lightsabers are gonna be. Like, they're not even aiming for vulnerable spots. Like, they're not, it's ridiculous. And also, there's one of them who literally takes his weapon. He's like already falling back before he's even attacked, and he throws his weapon away so he can be stabbed.
Oh, yes.
By Kylo Ren. I'm like, dude, come on. Like, I get it looks good on screen, but it's so bad. And also, the B story in this movie between Finn and Rose, to me, it was so bad.
Okay. I feel like a lot of people would agree with that.
I was not a fan. There was like this love story that they like tried to force happen. Like, the only good part about this was Luke Skywalker.
Even some people disagree with that.
True. But, you know, I love my guy, Mark Hamill. So, I mean, you know, working with the story that he's got, I think he did a good job.
Right.
And one fight scene that I did like was, you know, when he was force projecting himself.
Right.
I thought that was really cool.
I thought it was cool too.
There's my stance on The Last Jedi. At number 8, I have Solo.
Okay.
So I have never been a fan of this movie. I've only seen it once because I've never felt the need to go back and rewatch it. I remember the entire time I was watching it, the actor that they casted to play Han Solo, he was just so smiley all the time. And I get he's supposed to be like this
charismatic.
Yeah, charismatic, cool, calm, and collected type person. But I mean, like, there were situations where, you know, he would just be like asked a question and his response is like, he's all smiling. I'm like, bro, why the fuck are you smiling? I don't know. That part bothered me about this movie. And I remember, if I'm remembering correct, didn't he have to get like acting lessons in the middle of recording?
In the middle of production.
In the middle of production. Yeah. This man has to go to acting lessons because he wasn't doing them right. I'm like, come on.
He did look good, but...
Yeah. This is another example of how Star Wars is terrible with chase scenes.
Oh.
Chase scene was terrible in this movie on the speeders. I do not understand why they can't get this down at Disney, but it was not good. They teased Darth Maul in this movie.
They did.
Upset we never got to see more of that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Darth Maul live action, that'd be cool, especially from what we've seen with Clone Wars and Rebels.
Right? I mean, yeah, we've only gotten one iteration of a live action Darth Maul,
Right.
and it was like,
And they barely gave him any lines.
he had like 3 lines.
Yeah.
The entire movie.
If that.
And but it was still like incredible how much of a presence he had in that
Right.
movie. But yeah, so at number 8, I have Solo. Speaking of Darth Maul though, at number 7, I have Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why Phantom Menace gets so much hate as like the worst movie of the prequels. That's what the ratings say, at least.
I've always heard Attack of the Clones was the worst.
No, I'm pretty sure, dude, the ratings like constantly go up in the prequels.
Really?
Yeah, like Phantom Menace is the worst. And like
Interesting.
people talk about how it almost ruined the Star Wars franchise.
What?
Yeah,
Because of the midichlorian bullshit?
Yeah, I don't
think it's bullshit, but
I know. Honestly, I mean, maybe it was because if you were an OG fan of the original trilogy, like the midichlorians kind of messed that up for you, but you know, this was like
sense why Anakin is so powerful.
It would, yeah. It definitely gives an explanation behind the magic, which is like why I think people didn't like it.
They wanted more fantasy.
Yeah, they didn't want this scientific explanation as to why, you know, people were more powerful than others, but
right.
I didn't really see an issue with it. I love the pod race scenes.
I did too.
Little Annie he was a cute kid.
It was long as fuck, but it was good.
Yeah, it was a super long race, but it was good. And not to mention my guy Qui-Gon Jinn, absolutely love him. And yeah, like I said, Darth Maul, he was a intimidating villain in this movie, even though he just had no lines, but he was still just like this stoic presence the entire time.
And we get Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan.
Ewan McGregor is Obi-Wan, and you know, as we see, he becomes like our favorite Obi-Wan ever. At number 6, I have Return of the Jedi.
What? At 6? Oh, man. Okay. Gotta go with it. You gotta go with it.
Fuck me.
You gotta go with it. Jesus Christ.
You know, I had a really hard time choosing these movies for these next like 3, but Return of the Jedi, I guess it was just really predictable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But just like any heroic story.
True. But, I mean, you know, the hero doesn't always win, like we saw in Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
So,
but you're leading to this conclusion.
True. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I don't know, man.
This might be the first time we disagree this hard.
Like, honestly, one of my biggest beefs with this movie, though, is probably just like, it seems almost lazy that they just need to destroy another Death Star. That's probably my biggest beef with it. I'm like, bro, is there like not another threat you could come up with that could be damaging to the galaxy?
I mean, as we see, the Death Star is like in all of them except the sequels.
I mean, they have their own version.
Yeah, they have their own version, but
I mean, I will say it was really cool. We did get some very cool scenes out of this movie. One, I loved seeing Luke with his green blade that he made himself, his green lightsaber. That was really cool. The whole Jabba the Hutt scene when they were in the Sarlacc pit, that was a huge deal, and that eventually led to Boba Fett's whole story and you know, him falling into the Sarlacc pit and everything, which left so much speculation for so many years. Which was, I find that to be hilarious off of this one character that we see like barely any.
I know people were so obsessed with the character of Boba Fett, and I was thinking back, I was like, we barely fucking got any Boba Fett.
I think it was just his character design was so cool that people just fell in love with it.
Yeah. Hot take though.
Hot take on that one, but I mean, yeah, and we do get the heartwarming scene between him and Darth Vader, and you know, turning him back to the light. Yeah. And you know, death of Palpatine. Right. End of the war. Yep. At number 5, though, I have Rogue One.
Okay.
So Rogue One was an extremely good solo story that they had.
Very good.
For Star Wars. I was not expecting that at all. There was some good comedy in there, some good comic relief, especially from the droid that we see, the reprogrammed Imperial droid. I can't remember his name. But also, you know, it helped fill in some gaps. Like between these stories, there are a lot of gaps. Yes. In these time spans, and this one definitely helped fill the space. And we got introduced to, characters that we came to love in like just this one short Star Wars movie.
Yeah, and that we're actually going to get a show out of now.
Exactly.
With Andor.
I like the casting in this movie. And we also got to see live action representation of Darth Vader once again. This was the first time we've seen live action Darth Vader since Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Since technically Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, we do get one scene.
But come on, you know what we mean.
Yes, you know what you mean. To see him in action.
Yes, and that badass hallway scene.
Yep.
Like, honestly, people say that this movie was actually bad, but the hallway scene like kind of saved it. But I'm like, I mean, the movie overall was good.
It was.
And that hallway scene definitely like took it up a notch. That scene was badass no matter what.
Oh, it gives you chills.
No matter who you talk to.
Just seeing that red lightsaber slowly come out.
So
and that
good.
music behind it.
Dude, can you believe that scene almost wasn't in that movie?
I would have been fucking pissed.
Right?
Are you kidding?
Dude, that scene like was thought of in production.
Oh my God.
And it is so good.
It's so good.
All right, so at number 4, I have Force Awakens. So,
interesting.
Force Awakens was an extremely good intro to the sequels.
I do like it. I do like it a lot.
It's good. It got me excited for what was next for Star Wars.
Right.
And just to be let down so terribly was it was a gut-wrenching feeling. But, I had no problem with any of the characters or the writing in this movie. Rey was a good character. Her motivation for, doing what she does, it made sense, obviously wanting to see her parents again. And she just kind of had to like accept the fact that they were never coming back and, finally decided to leave Tatooine. Don't know why everything happens on Tatooine, but it does. And
most important planet in Star Wars.
Legit, I don't get it, but it's just a bunch of fucking sand. But anyway, so she finally decides to leave. And she has this good adventure with Han Solo. We get to see
Harrison Ford.
We get to see Harrison Ford reprise his role as Han Solo, which he did in fantastic fashion.
Yeah.
As Harrison Ford would do.
Yeah.
And we kind of got my one beef with this movie though is that we kind of got this whole Death Star, type situation again. It's like, bro, come on. Is there anything other than a super weapon that looks like a planet?
And a planet destroyer?
Yeah, I get this one was like way more deadly than the Death Star itself. Like, it could kill like 5 planets at a time from a huge distance.
It's like, damn, why are we blowing up so many planets?
Seriously, it's like, I thought the point was to rule planets, not destroy them. It's like... Whatever. But yeah, that was probably like my one beef with this movie and maybe some of the effects with the lightsabers, but I like the movie overall. And off of this movie, I thought Kylo Ren was a badass character.
I liked him.
He had a very intimidating introduction.
He did.
Like when he stopped that blaster bolt, I was like, oh shit.
That's cool.
We never see anybody do that.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be a force to be reckoned with.
Right.
But turns out he's just a crying little bitch.
Oh my God.
But yeah, Force Awakens, number 4. And number 3, I have New Hope. I like New Hope a lot.
Really?
I do,
That surprises me for you.
I like New Hope a lot.
Interesting.
Obviously, introduction to our entire Star Wars universe. Starts it all. And, nobody expected to make shit off of this movie.
Yeah.
But
including the actors.
Turned into a freaking blockbuster.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. It was really cool to see if you watch some behind the scenes stuff.
Yes.
It is amazing how creative they were with the effects and especially the budget that they were on, but not to mention that the technology was not at the level that it needed to be for a movie like this.
Yeah.
But they still made it work.
I was gonna say, if you ever have a chance, watch the documentary. They have it on Disney Plus now, but it came out in like 2005 and it was about, the OG trilogy, and that documentary is great, and just seeing how that whole universe was created.
It's so good. They worked with what they had and they created a really enjoyable experience. Not to mention just like this movie leaves you with like a lot of wonder, like, because it's just like we have no idea about the Star Wars universe.
Right.
Just like absolutely none. We're getting introduced to lightsabers. It was just like this fantastic concept that we couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
But they brought it to screen in such a fantastic way. And, introduces like all of our favorite characters.
Yep.
Luke, Han Solo, Leia, Obi-Wan.
Darth Vader,
most iconic villain of all time. And C-3PO, R2.
Yeah. Gives us a lot.
It just gives us a lot. And, Obviously, the one thing that suffers is probably the effects, even though they did worked with what they had, and also the stormtroopers not be able to hit shit.
But now it's turned into a whole thing.
Yeah, now it's like a whole joke.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got New Hope at number 3.
Okay.
Number 2, I have Empire Strikes Back.
Mm-hmm.
So they basically perfected it
Right.
in Empire Strikes Back. And I love a movie where the villain comes out on top.
Yes.
Because it's not what you expect. You know, you always expect your heroes to come out on top. And this is the first time that we got to see, you know, Luke, the Jedi in training, fight against Darth Vader, our big bad guy.
Yes. And this offered probably the biggest twist in cinematic history.
Yes, exactly. Like, dude, I mean, honestly, I'm kind of pissed that we watched the prequels first as kids. We saw this coming. But shit, nobody saw that coming.
Did we watch the prequels first?
I feel like we did, man.
I don't know, because we had the OGs on like VHS or DVD.
I don't know. I feel like I've always known in my mind that Darth Vader's Anakin Skywalker.
I think it definitely was spoiled for us.
It was definitely spoiled. Like, I didn't watch that scene and be like, right. Like, I can't remember that moment in my head, and I'm like pissed off that I can't. Yeah, but
we were too young.
We were too young. But, you know, for the people who saw this in theaters originally, they were like, holy shit.
Yes.
Holy shit.
Yes.
So, what an amazing twist. And, you know, clearly presented our protagonist with quite the struggle in this movie.
Yeah. Oh, and it's the first time we see Yoda.
And it's the first time we see Yoda and his whole, you know, training in Dagobah, man.
You must go to the Dagobah system.
Thanks.
Family Guy joke.
Yeah. All right. But at number 1, Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Come on, man.
Hey, man. Prequels overall, definitely not as good as the OG trilogy, but Revenge of the Sith, man, that shit hits.
Fucking love it. I mean, obviously, the writing isn't all there.
No.
As it is with these prequel movies, but I don't care. That dude, the story in this is so good.
No, the story itself is good.
It is. The turn from, you know, light to dark, Anakin's whole betrayal, and not to mention the fight scenes, bro. Fight scenes were so good.
From the very beginning of this movie to the end, like, the fight scenes were great. The choreography, amazing.
Oh my God, dude. And, you know, that's one thing I respect about the prequels a lot is their fight scenes were so legit.
Yes.
Like, they were so legit. Like, every single blow that they went for, it was intended to kill. And they had to block it.
Right.
Except for the flashy, you know, lightsaber.
Yes. Between Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yes,
right. Yeah,
that is like my one exception to that. But other than that, fight scenes were amazing.
They were. I don't know. It just felt like a very expanded Star Wars universe with all these characters that we got in it, especially with like General Grievous and all that.
Yes, like, dude, I mean, you know, if you were to see the original trilogy, you would never imagine like there's a whole republic and a whole, you know, Jedi Council where there's just so many Jedi.
Yeah.
There's so many lightsaber wielding, you know, protagonists and antagonists in these movies.
Yeah.
And, you know, just the weight behind it too in the whole Star Wars universe.
Yes.
The fall of the Republic, the rise of the Empire, the end of democracy,
the fall of Anakin,
the rise of Darth Vader, Obi-Wan losing everything he has,
everything.
Like, just absolutely insane.
Yep.
So yeah, I got Revenge of the Sith at number 1.
I like that. So now it's my turn to give my live action Star Wars movies ranking. And yes, I am scared because Star Wars fans, they don't hold back.
Yeah, lay it on me.
So here we go. Starting off at number 11, no surprise here, we have Rise of Skywalker. I think that I think that might be everyone's, you know, bottom pick. You know, like we said, somehow Palpatine came back. They fly now.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's all you need.
That's like all you need to know. Yeah. This movie sucks.
I mean, shit, it would have been cool to see Rey go evil.
I would have loved to see that.
That would have been cool.
Honestly. I mean, kind of would have been doing the same thing we did with Anakin, but
yeah.
I mean, a dark turn is always kind of cool to see.
It is. Number 10, I have Attack of the Clones.
All right.
Second movie of the prequels. Like we said, writing is just, you know, it's not good. Dialogue, very corny. The romance, so corny.
So fucking bad.
So corny.
Even though Padme Amidala is looking quite tasty.
No, she's always looked so damn good. She was young in that movie.
Yeah, she was.
She was like your age. That's crazy.
Let's go.
That's crazy. I mean, I liked Padme in that big battle in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
I thought she was kind of badass in that scene.
Yeah, and in that outfit.
Yeah. Really just kind of not much to say about this movie, too. You know, it's the longest one of the prequels as well.
Really?
It is long.
How long is it?
It's like over 2.5 hours.
All right, well, maybe that's why it just feels so damn slow.
Maybe.
Because I feel like there is a lot of dialogue in that movie. Like, not a whole lot of action scenes, I feel like.
At number 9, I have Solo. I feel like the bottom 3, everyone can kind of have the same 3, at least, you know, generically.
Or bottom 4.
Right. You know, just didn't do what it needed to.
No. Felt very forced.
Yeah, I did like...
Get it? Forced?
Shut up. I did like Emilia Clarke in it.
Well,
she was good.
I mean, it's Daenerys Targaryen. Come on.
Yeah. But yeah, so weird how dude who played Han Solo, he had to get acting lessons in the middle of production.
Honestly, as soon as I heard that, I was like, this is going to be bad.
Yeah.
Which, you know, you're not supposed to go into a movie thinking that.
Right.
But come on.
It just had nothing to make me rewatch it. You know?
No. Have you ever rewatched that movie?
Maybe, I think once.
Okay.
I do think once.
Because I've only seen it in theaters.
Oh, okay. I will say one thing I like. Donald Glover as Lando.
Okay, yes. That was probably the best casting choice they made for that entire movie.
Uh-huh. I did like that. Number 8, I have The Last Jedi. Now, I know that's pretty low to some people, maybe not to others.
I'm kind of shocked you put that there.
No, I mean, I do like it. I'm not going to lie. Like, when it came in theaters, I walked down, I was like, you know what? I really did like that. But, you know, after rewatching a lot of these movies as well, there's just a lot I'd put in front of it.
Yeah.
Not to say I didn't like it, though. I did like the scenes with Luke Skywalker. I did like his projection fight.
Yep. Force projection?
Yep, Force projection. That was cool. We do see Luke become a Force ghost, and he's sent off with that iconic theme.
Mm-hmm.
So that always gives you chills.
Yeah, it does.
And for the most part, I did like Kylo Ren throughout the sequels. One scene that was really cool, though, that I really enjoyed in this movie was that battleship scene.
Yes, I know. When she went into hyperspace.
Yes, and there was no sound at all, and you just saw the visuals.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
That was a cool scene, I will say.
Number 7, I have Episode 1, Phantom Menace.
We're having quite a similar list so far.
So far, but it'll get different. Don't you worry.
Okay.
Upon rewatch of the prequels, I enjoyed Phantom Menace more than I remembered.
Yeah.
I did like Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon and him finding Anakin and telling them, you know, this kid is the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
The pod racing scene was really fun.
Yes, it was.
Hella long, but it was good.
Dude, it was. That was best racing or chase scene to ever come out of Star Wars.
Absolutely, for sure.
Because it doesn't really have much to compete with.
Right. And then not to mention, you have Darth Maul and that amazing final battle. The first time we get that fight choreography for Star Wars.
Mm-hmm. And definitely like set the tone of like what to expect in fight scenes for the rest of the prequels.
Yes. And not to mention, Duel of Fates playing behind it.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
Oh, how did I not mention that in my list? Yes, the music was so good.
So, you know, you got to give some credit to the prequels. At number 6, I have Force Awakens.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Force Awakens. I thought it was a good intro to the sequels that we were going to get, the sequel trilogy. Obviously, yes, it didn't pan out as well as it should have.
No.
But I thought Force Awakens was a good introduction. It still felt really like Star Wars, you know, because you bring back Han Solo, Chewie, and, you know, Kylo Ren being the grandson of Darth Vader. So it still had a very Star Wars feel to it.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, I did like Rey in Force Awakens. And I thought she had a good theme as well in the score.
Yeah, she did.
Kylo Ren was badass. That lightsaber was badass.
Yeah, that cracked kyber crystal makes a dope sound.
Finn was a cool story with him being a trooper.
Mm-hmm.
You know, his story did have more potential, but you know, for Force Awakens, it was really good.
Yeah, see, that's the thing is like Force Awakens, it just like set up.
It did set up a lot.
So much potential.
Yeah.
Didn't fall through.
Right. Yeah, not to mention the cliffhanger at the end of the movie with Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit. So yeah, it did set up a lot.
It did.
Number 5, I have A New Hope.
Okay.
The one that starts it all. Would that be low to some people? Probably, because it is the OG original Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But it is one of the more slower moving Star Wars movie as well.
It is,
But
which you can expect as an intro movie,
Yes,
especially.
for sure.
There's a lot to explain in this universe.
There is a lot to explain. But man, what they created out of what they were working with,
Insane.
it is insane.
Dude, honestly, and all the droids and shit that they used, those were all like reused parts from other movies, and they just they slapped it together and created a droid. And and it's crazy how much like people paid attention to those background characters and loved them so much. Like Boba Fett would be an example. The bounty hunter droid that we saw, that we also see in Mandalorian.
Yeah,
that was another droid that they just put together with leftover parts from like other shit.
That's crazy.
Dude, could you imagine making a movie like that and just seeing it blow up?
Blow the fuck up.
Oh my God. That franchise is known worldwide.
Yeah. Number 4, I got Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah, buddy.
All right.
This was a very enjoyable solo Star Wars movie.
Yep.
And it was nice to see, like we said, there are big time gaps in between these sequels, trilogies, OG, whatever.
Yeah.
So that was nice to see that gap filled in. And yeah, it was just refreshing to get a really good Star Wars story without all this, Skywalker story.
Yes.
And then obviously, I just can't forget that amazing Darth Vader hallway scene.
So good, bro.
Probably the most badass scene out of all of these live action Star Wars movies.
Yeah. And they for the scenes where he was talking, they got James Earl Jones to come back and voice him.
It was just great to finally see a menacing Darth Vader, because as menacing as he might have been in the OG movies, the visual effects obviously weren't what they are now.
Yeah.
So you can only do so much with it.
Mm-hmm.
So we really got to see Vader in his prime.
We did.
And then just the music behind it. Great. Again, Michael Giacchino.
Really?
Yes, bro.
Damn.
Man be killing it.
Shit, he is.
Uh-huh.
Damn.
At number 3, I have Empire Strikes Back. I know a lot of people are going to give me shit for that. And that's okay. I'll take it. And if that's your best Star Wars, I know a lot of people have that as one of the best movies of all time. I'm okay with that. I don't disagree. But for me, there's just 2 more that I enjoyed more.
All right.
Keep talking. Okay. Obviously, we get a great villain story in this. We see Luke, go through a lot in this movie. Obviously, gives us the biggest twist ever in cinematic history. If you hadn't seen the prequels before, the OG movies. We also get introduced to Emperor Palpatine in this one as well. But yeah, the Vader monologues in this were just great.
This is the most back and forth we saw between like Vader and Luke too.
Right, yeah. And that whole scene in Cloud City.
Yes.
That was a good scene.
That was a good scene.
We get Boba Fett. We get Lando. We get some good characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then we get introduced to the iconic Imperial March in this one as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Number 2, I got Return of the Jedi.
Really?
Yeah, look, man, I remember really just having fun with this film. This was a fun film.
Okay.
And it was a good conclusion to this OG trilogy. It was.
It was a good conclusion. Got to see some cute-ass Ewoks.
Literally about to say, bro. Ewoks were so cute.
Battle on Endor was good.
Nah, man. Yeah, that whole battle on Endor, I thought that was fun. We do get to see Luke's green lightsaber. Just badass.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, and this is what I wanted to see more from Luke, because sometimes I really just don't believe Luke's character, with him just being always so good. When characters are always just so good, it's not as believable to me. And we do get to see some anger from Luke in this battle with Darth Vader.
We do.
I really liked that scene and the music playing behind it as well. Like, oh shit. Oh, this is getting good.
Yeah, I agree with you. The whole point was to Palpatine's whole plan was to either kill Luke or bring him over to the dark side
and have him kill Vader.
And have him kill Vader and take his position as his apprentice.
Yeah.
And we definitely could see in this one, we kind of see that, like you said, that anger finally come out of him.
Yeah.
And, Palpatine was loving that.
Yes. So was I. Seeing Vader save his son and then them having that last moment together. And not to mention the music playing, that last scene of Luke standing at Darth Vader's fire.
Yes.
And that music playing behind it. Very, very touching scene. So I don't know. Sue me, but I enjoy Return of the Jedi a lot.
All right. We'll see how much hate you get in the comments for that one.
Coming in at number 1, as you could expect from someone my age, I have Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith. Okay. Yes, we know the dialogue isn't all there. It's got some corny lines, as we know. Saw him killing younglings.
Yeah. Dude, he was covering his face because he couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah. But that whole you were just so immersed in the Star Wars universe and Revenge of the Sith. Like with that beginning battleship scene with Obi-Wan and Anakin, like that opening shot was just, there was so many colors going on, and it was like a battle above Coruscant.
Yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was so good.
It was.
And but speaking of battles, I mean, we get to see a lot of good fights in this one too.
We do.
Obviously the one between Anakin and Obi-Wan, Obi-Wan versus General Grievous, Yoda versus Palpatine.
Yup.
Like, holy shit.
Anakin and Obi-Wan versus Dooku.
So good, bro.
So many fights in this movie that were really good. And goddamn, I just can't praise enough the score for this film.
So good.
So good. And you have Battle of Heroes being played, on top of Anakin versus Obi-Wan and Yoda versus Palpatine. It's the best.
Pleasing to the ears, except for some of the dialogue. But,
right.
Visuals were amazing.
They were.
And, just this incredible fall of Anakin Skywalker,
Yes. I was going to say, that is my favorite storyline throughout these movies, is the fall through Anakin Skywalker. I'm a guy that likes a darker story.
Yeah, me too. Like, I mean, it makes the character seem like a lot more human, because everybody is flawed, man.
Right.
Like, I mean, we see all these perfect heroes all the time.
Right.
This is probably like the most human reaction that we see out of a character who has this much power.
Right. And not to mention the Order 66 scene as well. That gets you.
Yeah, it does.
It gets you.
Like, you just see all the Jedi getting slayed down, and you're just like,
and you got Anakin's betrayal being played.
Oh
my God, it's so good.
It's heartbreaking.
It is. And then the last scene as well, you got the rise of Darth Vader being born.
Bro, him getting put together in that suit is sick.
It was cool. So yeah, as you could expect, anyone my age, I got Revenge of the Sith at the top for me.